He's masterful. The shit that he did was amazing. And his strategy was amazing. And Wilder kind of looks awkward at times, but if he hits you once, you're fucked.
Yep.
Even if you're one of the greatest boxers of all time. For a guy that big, he moves so well. His jab's incredible.
Listen, Chisora's not easy. Do you know what I mean? He's a tough man. He's not an easy guy to beat. Obviously, I wasn't impressed with Wilder, but I was more impressed than I thought. If that makes sense.
I probably was on similar to the judges, like relatively close, but I probably did have a Wilder in for a round or so, something like that. Maybe just off a little bit of the cleaner work. So yeah, look, I would have loved for Derek to go out on a win and go off kind of with his moment in his time and what I would call kind of his arena as well. But it wasn't to be.
Joe Rogan reacts to the clash between Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora with clear excitement, saying it's refreshing to see both men step back into the ring where the stakes feel real again. He especially highlights Wilder's explosive presence, praising his raw power and dangerous boxing ability, noting that even after time away, that knockout threat still feels unpredictable and terrifying, the kind that can end everything in a single moment.
See in this fight, you see how tough he is, how much pain and how much punishment he endured and still was dangerous on a few occasions. But when he went out, man, he went out bad.
Mike Copping has summed it up bluntly on Twitter, calling it a sloppy fight yet an electrifying heavyweight war, the kind of chaos that somehow turns flaws into pure entertainment. In the end, Deontay Wilder emerged with a split decision victory over Derek Chisora, driven by two crucial knockdowns that shifted everything, breathing new life into his career and setting the stage for another major payday. The aftermath only deepened the impact, as Joe Rogan echoed the danger Wilder brings, emphasizing that regardless of any opponent's strategy, his speed and devastating power keep him a constant threat, a fighter who can flip the fight in an instant and remind everyone why he still belongs among the elite heavyweights.
On him, make him work, and just drag him deeper and deeper and deeper into these horrible waters filled with crocodiles. Yeah. And that's what he did, and almost got knocked out doing it. Yeah. That's how dangerous Wilder is.
Meanwhile, Derek Chisora pushes back against the outcome, refusing to accept the scorecards and insisting the fight wasn't judged fairly, claiming the ring ropes were too loose and betrayed him at key moments, turning slips into counted knockdowns and stacking the odds against him in a bout he believes was far closer than the final decision suggests.
Agree with the scorecards?
No, I didn't agree with that. You know, the ropes were very loose. I went on the ropes, he fell into me, pushed me, the ref said break, and then it broke. I went through the ropes, they started counting. The second time, they took a point, and it still counted me out, but I don't understand why. Listen, it is what it is.
Derek, do you think that you should have won the fight?
Yeah. The last round, I won the last round. I don't understand. I don't know how you guys scored it. Freddie, you score fights a lot. Tell me.
Carl Frampton praised Derek Chisora's long, gritty career and relentless fighting spirit, but admitted the night told a different story, as Deontay Wilder looked sharper, more aggressive, and visibly improved, pushing forward with renewed intensity and proving that even through their fight's messy, chaotic moments, he is still evolving into a more dangerous version of himself.
I thought Deontay won, but it was hard to score because the rounds were so chaotic, really. I expected them to score hard to be all over the place, which they kind of were, but you know, I feel for Derek. It would have been an ideal way to go out, a big win against Wilder, but it doesn't always end in the fairy tale that you want it. He should be proud of himself and proud of the career that he had, because he is an icon, and whether you like it or not, of the last 20, maybe 15 or 20 years, he's one of the biggest icons in the heavyweight game, so credit to him and everything he done.
With Deontay, he wasn't the version of old Deontay Wilder, but did you see maybe an improvement?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, he wasn't as tentative when he was punching. He was trying to land the uppercut. He was being brave. He was being vicious in there too. So I liked what I seen from Deontay, but Derek's always going to give anybody a hard fight just with his morale and stay.
Joe Rogan says Deontay Wilder delivered an impressive performance, moving with surprising fluidity and control while fully exploiting his massive frame and clear reach advantage, dictating distance and timing throughout the fight, a display that reinforced his dangerous presence and proved he still belongs among the elite of the heavyweight division.
Without doubt, one of the greatest heavyweight boxers ever. 6'9", 277 pounds, and lightning fast. For a guy that big, he moves so well. His jab's incredible.
Andreas Hale fired off a bold take on Deontay Wilder, admitting there's always debate around him, but insisting American heavyweight boxing was fading into irrelevance until Wilder stormed in and revived it with raw force. He doubled down, saying the chaos only adds to the thrill, arguing that technically flawed fights often become the most explosive and unforgettable battles. That energy carries over as Joe Rogan backs it up, emphasizing Wilder's rare, almost frightening power, the kind that doesn't just hurt opponents but completely shifts fights in a single moment, reinforcing why he remains one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the sport.
Always known how to box. Deontay Wilder didn't even take up boxing until he was 19. And Deontay Wilder won a bronze medal in the Olympic Games a year and a half after boxing. He's a special talent. Just insane power. But the difference in the level of understanding of where to be and where not to be, how to move, how to feint, and how to draw reactions and set traps, the difference is out of this world. But Deontay hit so hard, it almost didn't matter.
Rico Verhoeven reacted by stating that Deontay Wilder consistently landed the cleaner, more effective punches across the fight, making the difference in a chaotic contest, and that's ultimately why he deserved the victory over Derek Chisora in such a brutal, tightly contested heavyweight war where every moment felt on edge.
It was a match. Went back and forth, back and forth. I didn't see everything, but for me, a couple of 8 counts were like, I didn't know about that, but yeah, like I said, it was entertaining to see.
We saw all sorts of fighters falling out of a ring, a point deduction.
Exactly.
It was chaotic.
It was chaotic. It went all ways, but I think the crowd was the winner tonight.
A split decision just for Deontay Wilder. If you had to score it, if you thought somebody had edged it.
I think it was close. I think maybe Wilder made something like more cleaner shots, but I don't know. It just depends on what you look at.
Obviously, I know we spoke earlier. We mentioned potentially facing the winner of this. You've got business, like we said, with Usyk, but would you entertain that Wilder fight now that he's got?
Yeah, of course. Let's do the Wilder fight. We can do the AJ fight. We just spoke with Eddie Hearn.
Eddie Hearn sounded underwhelmed by the bout, admitting it never quite lived up to expectations and that only a couple of rounds truly stood out from the rest, yet he still gave credit where it was due, acknowledging that Derek Chisora remains a relentless and difficult opponent for anyone, a fighter who always brings pressure even when the overall fight falls short.
It's cold, but he's fighting, no problem.
Do you see enough from him tonight that maybe not the old version?
I thought he looked better. Listen, Chisora's not easy. Do you know what I mean? He's a tough man. He's not an easy guy to beat. Obviously, I wasn't impressed with Wilder, but I was more impressed than I thought. If that makes sense.
I know you're going to share it, but one more, obviously, just with Derek. You've promoted him, you've worked with him for a long time. The right time now for him to sail off into the sunset?
I think so, but it's a decision for Derek Chisora, nothing to do with me.
Eddie Hearn doubled down with a sharper critique, arguing that Deontay Wilder didn't truly earn the final rounds, pointing to what he saw as a frustrating inconsistency from the referee, where Wilder's stumble was overlooked while similar moments against Derek Chisora were counted. A contrast that he believes may have quietly influenced the outcome of an already controversial fight.
I thought it was a great fight, listen, it was tough for Del. I thought the right man won. Close fight, but Del was amazing. I thought Wilder boxed well, to be fair. He was under a lot of pressure, took some good shots. I thought he started to get his confidence a little bit, because obviously his confidence has been lacking. And yeah, good fight.
Was you surprised at any of the cards?
Yeah, I didn't think Del Boy won it by 3 rounds. What was it, 115, 112? I thought he closed well. I thought he won the last round, but I didn't know that fight, that round when they both went down, was it? Did they both score it a knockdown? Because I didn't see the ref count when Wilder went down. So,
yeah. Did you see Derek was pushed up by his corner, hoisted back up?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit
like
mad. The whole
a
thing
9
was mad.
count.
The trainer coming around. I mean, I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, listen, it was always going to be that kind of fight. Respect to both. Well done to Deontay.
Does Derek end there, do you think?
Stephen Espinoza took to Twitter in disbelief, pointing out that Derek Chisora's corner appeared to help him up off the ropes in round 8, calling it a clear disqualifiable offense and blasting the referee for having no control while ignoring repeated violations, describing the entire situation as chaotic and borderline out of hand. As the controversy swirled, Dan Canobio weighed in, stating that Deontay Wilder's win over Chisora came in one of the messiest, most unpredictable heavyweight fights imaginable, about lacking technical precision yet overflowing with raw intensity, turning every round into a wild, unstructured battle that somehow kept fans locked in from start to finish.
Deontay Wilder defeats Derek Chisora in one of the drunkest, sloppiest fights you'll ever see. Both guys hit the canvas, both guys flew out of the ring. Referee was horrendous. Chisora landed these overhand rights, Wilder landed some chopping right hands. It was everything that it was hyped up to be. An absolute slop fest of epic proportions. Wilder went down one round and he slipped and they called it a knockdown. Chisora went down a few times, flew out of the ring multiple times. They were wrestling each other. A member of Chisora's team ran into the ring at one point. I don't want to see either of these guys fight again, but Wilder probably will. Wilder can't beat anyone in the top 20 right now. That was sloppy. I know you like.
Fabio Wardley reacted to the Deontay Wilder vs Derek Chisora clash with visible excitement, describing it as chaotic but highly entertaining, a fight swinging wildly with ups and downs, knockdowns on both sides, and point deductions that only added to the confusion. He noted that despite the mess, it still delivered the raw intensity fans always expect from heavyweight action. Wardley scored it fairly close, edging slightly toward Wilder for the cleaner and more effective work, while still acknowledging Derek Chisora's grit, resilience, and determination in moments where he refused to break. He added an emotional note as well, saying he would have liked to see Chisora leave the sport with a victory, but made it clear that tonight, unfortunately, was not that night.
Yeah, look, it was everything you thought it was going to be. Entertaining, had its ebbs and flows, had its ups and downs, it had its moments. It did have all of those pieces. So yeah, look, it was a good little scrap.
How did you actually see it? Because it was chaotic throughout. There's knockdowns, there's both and falling out the ring, point deductions. How did you score it?
Yeah, that was really how I had it, chaotic. I had it relatively close. I probably was on similar to the judges, like relatively close, but I probably did have a Wilder in for a round or so, something like that.
Fabio Wardley also noted clear improvements in Derek Chisora compared to his past outings, pointing out that despite earlier defeats and ongoing questions about his stamina, he still showed real energy, grit, and toughness, proving he can remain competitive and bring real fight intensity even deep into his career. Wardley suggested that this kind of resilience is exactly why fighters like Chisora continue to deliver entertainment, refusing to fade quietly and instead producing action that keeps fans engaged. When asked about a potential matchup between Chisora and Deontay Wilder, Wardley was open to the idea, saying it would be a highly entertaining clash, emphasizing Wilder's explosive power and aggressive threat as a serious danger, while also highlighting that fans would love the chaos and unpredictability of two heavy hitters going to war again in a fight built on pure violence and excitement.